Morning! It's Monday morning. I'm late with my design team project because I never had enough chipboard. So I ordered some and it still hasn't arrived. I was hoping, it's 11:30 now, and I was hoping it'd be here by now and that I could finish it, but I'm going to end up running out of daylight. So what I've decided to do is keep what I made, or what I haven't finished for last week. I'm going to use that for this week's project, and what I was going to do this week I'm going to do now for last week's project, because I don't want to be even later. It's taken me ages to catch up, and I'm falling behind again. So, but I've had such a hectic week, long story, tax returns, that sort of thing, so for people. So we are going to make a little something. So this was like just off the top. Well, it wasn't just off the top of my head, I do lie. I saw something on Pinterest and I thought, oh, I'd like to make one of those, and forgot all about it. This was ages and ages ago, and then at the weekend I was having a look, and you know, it's like you go on Pinterest, spend ages on there when you should be doing other things. So I saw this thing again and I thought, oh, I'm going to make that. So got to stop saying so, and I've got to stop saying sorry about that, ladies. Right, so let's get going. We're going to make a little cart, you know, like a market cart type thing. So because I didn't have big chipboard, I had to choose something little that I could just cut up my little scraps of chipboard. I literally had like pieces like this, like things that were attached and what have you. So I've just chopped those up to what sizes I want, which for your base you're going to need 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, then for the left side you want a strip that is 1 inch by 5 inches long. Same for the right side, 1 inch by 5 inches long. And then for the front you're going to need a strip that is 1 inch by 3 7/8. So that is 1 notch under 4. And if you go a little bit over, that would be lovely. So again, 1 by 3 7/8, not quite 4 inches, but if you go a little bit over the 7 7/8, sorry, it just gives you a little bit of extra that we need. So I couldn't work I think it's 3 15/16, but who wants to go there, eh? So that's all you're going to need for your chipboard. You're going to use your construction strips that I've shown you before how to make. Just a 1 inch by 12 inch piece of card. These already had score tape on them. This is why I'm using them, because I had them left over and I was rooting through my stuff and found them. I thought, oh, that'll save me some time because it's already done. Look, so I'm going to cut them to size as I use them. You're also going to need some paper. I think I'm using this. It's Bo Bunny Sailor V collection. What else? You're also going to need your spectacles. If your blinders back like me, you're going to put them on now. And then you are going to want, for the stand bits, something for each corner. Now, sorry, try not to rattle. Let's get one of each out so I'm not rattling. And always the way when you try not to make a noise. Sorry. That one and one of those. Now the reason I got all of them out is because I'm not sure what size I want to use, and of course the strength, that sort of thing. So what I've got is one of these, I don't even know what it is. It's like a giant lolly stick, but you get it in the kids craft section. So I've got those. I've also got the craft lolly sticks, which I think I might be going with, but I've also got these coffee stirrers as well. So, which are sort of a nice size, I think. I'm not sure if I want them that big or what I'm going to do. So whatever you've got, ladies, just go with whatever you've got. And if you haven't got any lolly sticks, go and buy yourself a pack of Magnums and eat them. Then you'll have some lolly sticks, won't you? So that's that. What else do you need? You also need the loveliness to embellish with, and I think I'm going to use, no, I know I'm going to use some bits and pieces from the Trinket Parlour, mainly resin, because I'm getting a hoard of resin and I just need to start using it. I keep saving bits up for canvases and that sort of thing, but I keep forgetting to get my gesso. And then I thought I'll make my own, but I haven't got any talcum powder. Oh, long story anyway. So yeah, you're going to need embellishments and lace and ribbons and lots of loveliness like that. And you're going to need some cardstock. And what else? I think, oh, some wheels. We're going to need some wheels for our cart. I don't think I have any wheels, but I did have an idea of using some of the metal pieces. So I will show you when we get to that stage of what I'm going to do. So you might need some of these metal pieces as well. All available from the Trinket Parlour, of course, which is whose design team project I'm doing this week. Maybe I should get myself a bit more organised, eh? Okay, so let's get going. We've got I'm going to need some scissors to cut my construction strips. So I'm going to put my sides on first, because when you look at it, when you've added a bit each side, I think these are 2mm. So I like to put them on first so that when I cut these bits, they're going to line up properly. Okay, so let's get, I think these ones are already cut. Might just, yeah, we use them. We will use them as they're all ready. I've cut my nails off, so still working there. That. So remember, we're going to go underneath first. So line your chipboard up into the crease of your construction strip. Oh, and put that on. And this is the right side. And then make sure you're right down. Pull your construction strip up. Okay, so that's your side. That's one side done. Do the same for the other side. I'm hoping I can get this done quite quick, but we will see. I like to be organised and planned and what have you, and I'm not really today. But never mind, eh? So same thing, into your corner, into your crease rather. Grab your next side, push that right down. so it's level with your chipboard and you're not hanging over, which I am. It's better. And then again, pull your flappy bit up. Okay, so that's what you should have, and then hopefully that should work, shouldn't it? Even if it's a little bit over, I can trim. Okay, so same thing. Cut your strip to size. Make sure you're not hanging over. Want 2 of those. Keep these bits because you can use them for the corners. Take your backing off. That. Make sure you're lined up. I need to trim a bit off, I will do. This is my back. So hold your side up, your first side up, and line it up so all the edges are nice and flush. That's okay. So make sure that's in, pull your flap up, make sure that's down. And the same for the front. So it goes much quicker when you've already done this and haven't got to muck about with glue and things. I'll trim it off if it's not quite right. Okay, so it's like a little tray. And then we're going to do exactly the same for the insides. So they hold up nicely, about 5 inches. Take your backing tape off, it'll come off. You need to fold this back on itself this time because you're going to put it in that way, and you have to be quick with tape. So make sure you're pushed right into the corner. I'm going to do a bit at a time. So that there. Ah, it's so sticky. And then that right down there like that. Make sure that's down. Hold your side up. Okay. Same for the other side. bend it back. Line it up with the bottom piece first. Burnish that down. Oh, and hold your side up. Like that. And then do the same for these parts. Oh, don't tell me I've run out already. Have I used all that already? How quickly it goes. And these parts here, you can just use on the sides to help the sides. In fact, yeah. I really have used them all. I can't believe that. Right, sorry, I'm going to go and have to cut some more strips. I will be back. Hiya, I'm back again. I finished my inside pieces, so make sure you've done all that. I've also put a bit round the edges. I haven't on the inside, and I'll show you why when I do the papers. So, and also what I've done is just finished off the tops as well with some more strips. I've done the two sides, so exactly the same. 1-inch strips, scored down the middle. Just line it up as best as you can. And then just push it over. It just gives it a bit more of an even finish. Burnish the top down and the sides. I'm a bit wobbly that end, but I'm not too worried. I can fix that. Now, if you want to just go and add a dab of paint or something, ink or whatever you want to do, just to hide the corners, you can do that. I'm trying to think whether I might cover it with the paper if I can, so bear with me. Watch what I do first. You might not even have them gaps. Oh, done that side, don't I? So pop it on, as lined up as you can, push it down, burnish the top and the sides. Gives it a nice little finish. Okay, so you should have like a little tray box like that. Okay. Also, we need to prep our lolly sticks. I've decided to use just the if I can pick them up, just a normal size lolly stick. And what I've done, I'll just grab my ruler, put my the end of my rounded end right to the edge of the ruler, mark it at 4 inches, as I've already done. You can see, marked at 4 inches. And then just chop that bit off. Now, you can try with your scissors. If it's not going to split the wood. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but as straight as you can get it. Okay, so you want to do that to 4. See this one, I've also used it in the past, but or stamped on it and didn't use it, I should say. So I'm going to use that one as well because I didn't have enough. So as you can see, I've just measured it to 4 inches, cut the tops off each ones, but I've left the other side rounded, okay, which will help for the roof when we put the roof on. Okay, so what we need to do now, I think, is make sure I'm recording. Yes. See, what we're going to do with these is we're going to put them in there, like so. No, we're not. like that. Okay, in each corner. But I think we are going, if you want to paint yours, you can paint them, or you can cover them with paper. What shall I do? What shall I do? Tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to put my paper on my tray. So, as I said, I'm using the Bo Bunny Sailor V collection. Pretty pretties. And I've grabbed this, or a couple of those, and I'm going to put them like so, all the way around the edge. So, hopefully 2 is going to be plenty, maybe to do the inside as well. And then I've got this, or these 2, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And they came in this matching set of bits and pieces. Miscellaneous Me, Life Journal, Celebi. So, and that's where I'll grab those 2 pieces from. I also, no, we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to use that one, but put that to one side for the moment. All we want to do, you want a cutting board, trimmer. Now these should be about 1 inch. Yeah. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off that one. I want the same, if you can see at the bottom of this paper, it's got a little beigey flourish on the green. So I want to use that for both the sides. Hence 2 pieces. And then I want another couple of 2 inch pieces for the front and back. Yeah. Hopefully that's long enough, should be. So these 2 pieces will go like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is just, where it's a little bit too long, I'm going to wrap it around just to hide those corners a bit more. Like that. Yes. So I'm going to add my score tape. Pull that up. Do the other side as well. Put that back on for a minute because I need to look at the corners, see what I'm going to do with those corners, see if I can cover them up without having to get the paint out. This is 3/4 inch tape, and it's all I've got, so I'm just pulling the cover back so that I can get it on both sides. Okay, so that's the sides. Yeah, because I'm going to fold them on. That's the one I already folded, that one, didn't I? So I'm just going to fold down the corners, or one corner at a time actually. Make sure that's going to... I think I need to ink my edges. And I'm going to do the same for this one. bend your paper around. Right. And like that. So, and then I need the sides. I'm going to cut all my pieces first, and then I'm going to go and find my ink. So again, what I might do, no, because I'm going to wrap the sides with that one, so I just need to cut this to size. So if you cut your papers at, ooh, is that 3 and 15/16 mark again? So let's see if I can do that on, don't think I can do it on my scoreboard. So if it's 3 and 3, it's going to be about there, I think. It's just under 4. No, I'm doing the wrong side. No, I'm not. Yes, I'm going to do it at 3 and 7/8. Yes, 3 and 7/8, ladies. 3 and 7/8. So that's that. That's for the outside of, oh, that's for the outside of the box. Now I need to do the same for the inside, but I don't know whether that'll be, no, because you won't really see it. No, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to align the bottom with something different. I think I need something, I might use that. It's got the brown in the bit, isn't it? So I know it hasn't on these bits. Oh, it'll be fine. Or shall I use that one? Or that? That's quite pretty, actually. I'll go for that one instead. And I might, no, let's find another one of those. Yeah, find another one of those. That's going to be the inside and the bottom. And then I'm going to use the green stripes for the edges again. So I'm going to cut one at 5 1/8 by 4 15/16 again. So just under 4. What did I say? 5. 5 1/8. Let's try that. What way we're going to do it? I think that way. 5 1/8. Sorry, that way. No, we're doing the bottom arm. 5 1/8. And I'm just folding it around my box so I know where to see it properly. Let me just make a mark. And I'll tell you what size that is at. Oh, it's literally just under 4. So like that. You can measure, can't you, ladies? You don't need me to tell you what sizes to do. I'm sure you can cope. And this one is going to be a bit smaller. So I'm going to start by cutting it at just under 5. I want it that way, don't I? So just under 5. By just under 4. And then I can trim it if it's... No, I need to take a bit off that. So I'm going to do it at 4. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it at 3 3/4 wide. Yeah, that just fits in. Might take a tiny little bit off because it's just got a little bubble bit on it. So take a little slither off. Like that. So that's the inner pieces and the base pieces, top and bottom. Now I want that. Want them. That's my outsides. And now I need the same for the insides. So I'm going to cut. And don't forget, because you put your thingy on, it might just be, that looks like just under an inch. So I'm just going to cut it at an inch first and then trim it down. So I want that one. Cut them all at an inch. I'll use those pieces. So these will be the sides, and again I think I'll do a wrap around just to hide those poor corners. Alright, so what did I say they were? I said they are, they're 6 inches long by 1 inch wide, but if I put that down it's going to overhang a tiny bit, so I'm going to trim like 1/8 of an inch off each piece. Oh, make sure it's straight. My glasses on my head. Okay, so that's the inner sides, and then for the inner front and back, I'm going to cut them at 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, and then again I'm just going to cut that just under 1/8. Sorry, 1/8 under an inch. That doesn't look straight, is it me? We'll see how that goes. take a sliver off that one, definitely. And that one. Okay, ready, I think. Got those silly little strips away. So you keep that for something else. Right, I don't need that. I need these insides, base. And now, if you're using glue, go ahead and put your glue on and piece each bit down. Remember to wrap your corners just to cover up these edges a bit. And then I'll do something with those. Add something to hide those. So I'm going to go and put all my score tape on. You don't need to watch me do that. So just to save a bit of length on the video, I'm going to pause and be back in seconds. Oh, hiya, I'm back again. Right, I have cut all my papers and I have put score tape on the back. And all I need to do now is stick them down. So this is a bottom piece. So I can take my backing off my tape. I've done a bit of prepping as well while I was on pause. Oh, and I think my edges as well. Vintage photo as usual. Not too heavy, just right. I've got to sort out, make sure it's the right way up. And I'm covering all the edges as best as I can. So that's the bottom piece on. Not that you're going to see it, but I like to do it. I've got a little bit of an overhang there, but I'm sure I can hide that. Hold it up a bit. Okay, so that's that bit. Now I'm going to do, I think, the outside. No, I'll do the inside first. Let's do my corners. I've left the deliberately left them too long so that I can wrap them round. I have to remember to get the pattern up the right way, which I should of start in one corner. Like that. Bend that back. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm just bending the paper back. In fact, I'm going to use my bone folder to get into that corner. Like that. See? Little wrap around just to hide those inner edges. So now I'm going to do the other side. Bend my corner. I've got one bent already. Make sure the pattern's going the right way. I don't think it matters, does it? Yes, it does. That way. So I'm going to fold the edge back. Sorry if I'm going out of frame. Fold the edge back like that, and I'm going to push this into this corner down here. and then push it down all the way along till you get into your next corner. Oh, might be better doing this bit with glue. And again, burnish it down. And then put your sides on. Your insides, I should say. Your inside, back and front is what I mean. And they should just fit in there nicely. Give it a burnish, didn't do that bottom bit very well. Okay. And the other side, back, front, whatever. Did I put that on the right way? To there, like that. Okay, so there's my inside edges. Now I'm going to put the bottom piece on, the base piece. So that's that way round, so I need to put this in this way round. Now it might be a little bit tight now that you've got your inside papers on. But you know what they say, make it fit. Burnish it down. So there's the inside of our little cart. I think I'm going to ink the edges as well. Oh, cute, cute, cute. So now I'm going to put these bits on. And then I'll decide whether I'm going to ink. I probably will. So I've already put my corners on because I folded it round. So I'm just going to make sure that's lined up top and bottom and around the side. And it should just fold into place. Burnish it down like that. Excuse me. And oh, you don't want to be putting it on the same side. And that one will go round there now. Don't think I've quite folded that. That'll be alright. You know what they say, or what I say, make it fit. Bend your corner over, line it up, top and bottom, and your finger along, like that. And then put your sides on, your front and back, sorry. Are you confused? Confusing myself. Right, and then line that up as best as you can so your pattern matches ish. Last one, yay. Same thing. Oh, how did I do that one? Line it up. And burnish it down. Okay. So that's that piece of our little wagon. Now we need to prep our what are they called? These bits here that go in the corners. Okay. So I've started mine already. What I did is just wrapped them with some of the same paper as this. And I'll show you how I did that, because I kept on to show you. Alright. So I think I cut these at 4. Yeah, about 4 1/16. So say about 4, because I'm going to cut it down anyway. No, not that way. 4 should be plenty, it doesn't matter. And by 1.5 inches, but I do cut a little bit off. And all I do is grab my glue. Am I recording? Put some glue on your stick. Make sure your paper's up the right way. That way. And then all I do is line my stick up to the edge of the paper. Like that. Because I'm going to wrap it. So just give that a minute. Not to move it about too much. Doesn't matter if you've got a little bit showing, because we're going to wrap it. Ooh. So while that's taking, put some more glue on. Get some down in that corner. Sorry, right in the crease, I mean. Down there. And then all I did, it's a bit fiddly, hold that down like you do when you're putting your, what they call, construction strips on. And just use your bone folds to make sure that paper's pushed right up against that stick. And then fold it over. Okay. Mind the ooze of glue. Don't worry about your arches at the top. I'll show you what I did with them. So again, some more glue. And the same thing, bring your paper up, run your bone folder along it so that it really sticks. And then before that completely, just run your scissors along that edge and cut your excess off. And just push it down. And And there's your little, you can paint yours though and stamp on them and whatever you want to do to them. Your choice. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just here to give you an idea. So, and then all I did, once it's the glue's taken, but still like a bit tacky, just round the rounded bits, I just pushed it in. And it don't really matter because you're not going to see them. So, but remember, the rounded bits are going to go at the top. See, that's all I did. I don't want to do it. Squished it in with my fingers. It's best to wait until it's taken a bit because the paper creases up at the front. That's if you're bothered about it. If not, just leave it. It's fine. Now, put my glue all right. No, I need my glue. What we're going to do now is grab your roof. Now this bit was pre-cut. I think it's I've already cut one end, so I'd say it was about 8 1/4 inches, 8 1/2 inches, doesn't matter, by 6 inches. And then what we'll do is it will bend over like that to form our roof. Can you see that? But I haven't, I've used this Martha Stewart punch just to run, because I want this in. So I'm going to start with this side, but first, and then what we do is once these are on, we'll attach our roof to them, like that, and that will hold the roof up. Theoretically, she says. So when you put your lolly sticks in, because they're curved at the top, you need to make sure that when you attach them down, you're attaching them to the back and the front, not the sides, the back and the front. So they will sit like that in each corner. And then the paper will sort of bend over like this. Okay? So, excuse me, what I have been thinking is, do I just want to glue them? Or, yeah, I'm just going to glue them. So, I'm just going to put some glue. Remember, say this is the back, you're going to put it on the back piece, not this here bit here, or this here, but along this bit here. Well, actually up in the corners. So you come in from the bottom up. Let me show you. And you want it about the width of your lolly stick. Just push some into that corner along the top and the bottom. And do both sides. See whether that's a good idea or not in a minute. And I'm trying to stick them both down at the same time. Okay, and then I would use the piece that has got your edge on, glue that. So just put a little bit of extra on there, like that. Do one at a time, even though I've put the glue in. Can you see where I've put the glue coming up from the bottom there? And all I'm going to do is make sure, A, it's straight once it's on. Just try and push it into the corner and down. That looks alright to me. You see? You need to make sure this is lined up as well at the back. So just put some glue there. Okay, and you're going to do that for all 4 corners. Find your crease, make sure it's at the back. No, I've done that wrong. Put a little bit of glue. Sorry, I'm thinking as I go along. I've never made one of these before, so you will learn by my mistakes and probably have better ideas of maybe how to do it. Just bring that up. And again, make sure you're attached and straight as you can be. Push right into the corners. Oh, it's a bit wonky, or is it my eyes? I should have put that on the... I'm doing it wrong. That should be on the inside. Put a bit more glue on there. I've got the crease on the outside instead of the inside. So I'm just putting that back in. So they look straight. Well, I'll put the others on and then fiddle with it. And you don't knock them off. Crease inside. Oh, there it is. Do you know what? I didn't check that I've got the... Oh, I have. Yeah. Make sure you've got your arches at the top. So one at a time. Push it into the corner and down to the bottom. Make sure it's as straight as you can get it. Bit of oozy glue there. I think that's straight. Oh well. That's my crease, so I need that on the inside. And then the same for this corner. Wipe your ooze. Probably won't see it anyway, so. So as straight as can be. As far in... Oh. Not like that. As far into the corner. Right, now we need to let that dry for a bit. That'll do, won't it? Okay. So just while that's drying and taking, just leave it to one side where it's not going to get knocked. I look a bit wonky that side. Okay, right. Let that dry. If you want to get your roof and choose if you're going to, you don't have to. A border punch and just punch along one side for the time being, because I'm not sure if we actually want it this long. We might do. We might need it a bit longer. So I've only done one edge at the moment, and then if I need to cut a bit off, then I can cut that off and then put my border on. Or I might just cut the border and it might be the perfect fit. You never know, do you? Okay, what's next? Oh, I think I can't do the roof yet. Oh, I know. We need some more lolly sticks. Have I got any left? What size? Oh. I've got that one. They're two stuck together. They got the same size. They're the same size. She says, don't move your box. I want one of those, you know, those little things that come out like that. That you hook whatever you're pulling it up with. So that's the plan for that. And I'll make it double thick so it don't snap off. So that lolly stick might be the best bet. I think I've got two stuck together somewhere. Yeah, I have. Oh! Well, that solves that problem, don't it? So get rid of that. Don't need them anymore. So, what was I doing with these? Oh yeah, I forgot it. Sort of something like that. That's better length, isn't it? That's what we'll be doing with those. And then putting something there to round that off a bit more. So I might not even have to cut them actually. But if you want to wrap them, should I wrap mine? Or shall I stain them? I might stain them actually rather than wrap them. Let's have a look. Let's get the old vintage photo out. Make sure I'm recording. Can't see. I think so. See how well it takes a stain without having to paint. Not in a painting mood today. Got enough decorating to do. Yes, I think. I don't want it too dark. Oh, I might actually want it a bit darker. I might have to get my stain out. Make it a bit darker. So, ladies, and any gents that might be watching, you need to choose what you want to do. You can either wrap them the same as you've wrapped your bits. I'm going to move that out of the way before I knock it. because I can see one coming off already. Ooh. Sorry, yes. So you can either wrap them the same as you did your posts, or you can stain them. I'm going to stain mine first. In fact, I'm going to go and get my re-inker thing, and because I want it a bit darker than that. So that's what you need to do. Go and stick 2 lolly sticks together, or whatever you're using. Excuse me. Do I want lolly sticks? Thinking about, no, it's going to be like that. Yeah. So I'm going to go and find my re-inker so I can get it a bit darker. I will be back.